So what is it about a MrBeast video? I mean, have you ever really stopped to wonder what makes it tick? We're talking about the biggest creator on the entire planet, right? Well, today, we're going to pop the hood, look at the engine, and really deconstruct the blueprint, the viral formula that gets him hundreds of millions of views every single time. It's a system, and we're going to break it all down.
Think about this. A private jet. One of 100 pilots wins it and keeps it. It all starts right there, with a premise so absolutely insane, you just have to click. I mean, giving away a jet, that's not just a prize, right? That's a whole new life. Or how about this one? He buys an entire grocery store just to trap some random guy inside. The deal? Every single day you survive in there, you get 10 grand. I mean, the concepts, they're just unbelievable. And then, just when you think it can't get any crazier, he does something literally impossible. He gets Disney to reserve the entire park just for them, for the first time in history. You see, these aren't just videos anymore. They're global events. So the big question is, how on earth does he pull it off? Well, let's get into it.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break it all down. We're going to look at the outrageous hook, then the spectacle at scale, the high-stakes human drama, and the generosity twist. And then we'll put it all together and decode that viral formula.
All right, first up, the outrageous hook. This is the foundation. Every single one of his videos, and I mean every one, kicks off with an idea that's super simple, incredibly powerful, and just ridiculously over the top. It's designed to be the perfect title, the perfect thumbnail. You see it and your brain just goes, okay, I have to see how this plays out.
A huge part of this hook is the power of contrast. I mean, look at the $1 versus $500,000 date video. It's brilliant, right? On one hand, you have a simple Ferris wheel ride. Totally relatable. On the other, you have an entire night at Disneyland. It's this wild, irresistible comparison that immediately gets you thinking, what would that even be like? It's a what-if scenario that you just can't scroll past.
And the hook also sets up a really simple, super high-stakes rule. Let's go back to that grocery store video. The rule is crystal clear. Every day you live here, I'll give you $10,000. That's it. Anyone, anywhere in the world can get that in like 2 seconds. The stakes are instantly understood, and that clarity, that's absolutely key.
So, okay, you've got this killer idea, this hook that everybody gets instantly. But how do you take that simple idea and turn it into this massive global phenomenon? Well, you blow it up. You take it to a scale that feels completely impossible. All right, that brings us to part 2, spectacle at scale, or as I like to call it, how big can this possibly get? This is the part where that simple hook gets amplified to a level that just doesn't seem real. It's all about taking that initial idea and just cranking the dial all the way up.
I mean, just stop for a second and think about the logistics here. We're talking about pulling a 40,000-pound plane, shutting down the entire city of Riyadh, moving a private jet through city streets, or getting Disney to give you the keys to the kingdom for a night. A huge part of the appeal is just that feeling of, wait, how did they even do that? It's a logistical feat that's a spectacle in itself.
And of course, you can't talk about scale without talking about the money. The numbers themselves are literally part of the show. $2.4 million for a private jet. That's not just a prize anymore, that's a headline. The money gets so big that it almost doesn't feel real, you know? It becomes this abstract number that's just a core part of the whole spectacle.
But here's the thing, it's not just about cash. The scale is also experiential. I mean, he's standing on top of the tallest building in the world. That's something that 99.9% of us can only dream about. These videos are delivering experiences that are, quite literally, once in a lifetime.
Okay, but all the giant sets, the crazy logistics, the millions and millions of dollars, you have to understand that's all just the stage. The real show, the thing that actually keeps you glued to the screen, is the story within the stunt, the high-stakes human drama.
Because think about it, without a reason to care, all that spectacle is just empty. It's hollow. In the Jet Challenge, it stops being about a pilot winning a plane and starts being about a father who says, I did it for my daughters. Boom, right there. That's the emotional anchor. That's what gets you invested and makes you actually care who wins. And you know, whenever the stakes are this high, you're going to get conflict. It's inevitable. Look at the Ages 1 to 100 video. You see these alliances form, people trusting each other, and then it all spectacularly shatters over a single lie. That moment of betrayal, you lied 30.
It turns a fun game into gripping, must-see reality TV. You're not just watching a challenge anymore, you're watching real relationships get tested under insane pressure. And they really don't shy away from raw, unfiltered emotion either. It gets incredibly real. And one of the challenges, a contestant, Maj, finds out that his trainer and his friend has suddenly passed away. And his reaction, no, man, no. It's just a moment of pure, profound grief. And it shows you that behind the crazy stunt, there's a real human journey happening.
So that's the key, right? The spectacle is the setting, but the human journey is the story. You might click because of the crazy premise, but you stay because you've connected with the people. That's the real narrative here.
And where does that emotional journey almost always lead? To this massive, feel-good payoff. And that brings us to our fourth and final pillar, the generosity twist. This is what gives the whole thing a sense of resolution and honestly makes you feel really good for watching. And what's so crucial here is that it's almost never just about the one big winner. The generosity just spreads out. A random waiter gets a $10,000 tip. People who lose in the final round still get like 20 grand. He's helping 2,000 amputees walk again. It creates this amazing feeling that, in the end, pretty much everyone wins in some way.
Yeah, it's almost like a generosity ecosystem. You can see it here. Sure, the grand prize winner gets the biggest slice of the pie, but look at the rest. A huge chunk goes to the other contestants, to random giveaways, to big charitable acts. It really reinforces this core idea that seems to be behind everything. Change as many lives as you possibly can.
Okay, so let's put all these pieces together. We've looked at the hook, the incredible scale, the human drama, and that feel-good payoff. Now it's time to decode the viral formula and see the whole blueprint.
And here it is, the MrBeast formula. It's basically 4 steps. Step 1, you start with a totally absurd but super easy to understand premise. Step 2, you blow that premise up to an unbelievable, almost impossible scale. Step 3, you find that relatable, high-stakes human story that's hiding inside the spectacle. And finally, Step 4, you wrap it all up with a massive, generous payoff that leaves everybody watching with a smile on their face. So why does this work so ridiculously well? Because this framework, it creates the perfect emotional roller coaster. It's simple enough that anyone can get it. It's incredible enough that you can't look away. And it's ultimately so heartwarming that you feel genuinely good after watching it. It hits every single beat, every single time.
Which really just leaves us with one last big question to chew on. When you combine the mechanics of a game show with the drama of reality TV and this massive scale philanthropy, has he actually created a brand new genre of content? Is this the new blueprint for what entertainment looks like in the future? It's definitely something to think about.